had actually grown up watching all those ODI matches. And though that picture was there in front of me. So I knew that it's going to be a challenging series, but I was prepared for that. I was too excited to be there, and I felt that if I can go there and get runs and come back, having done something nice, it would lay a solid foundation, because everyone knew that if one performed well in England at that time, England, West Indies, and Australia, then suddenly the whole world stood up and took notice of your performance. So I wanted to do something there, and that confidence was also there, that if I can go out and score a Test 100. That confidence was there, so it combined really well. And for me, as an 18-year-old, I felt it was a big moment, because how many 18-year-olds get to play in Australia, at such competitive level? They had a phenomenal bowling attack. In that series, the bowlers who played were McDermott, Merv Hughes, Bruce Reid, Paul Rifle, and Mike Whitney. Vaughan and Peter Taylor were spinners. So, and the in between, Mark also bowled Mark Waugh and Steve Waugh. Tom Moody would bowl a little bit. So Alan Border also rolled his arm a couple of times. But all in all, the kind of surfaces also we played on, they were pretty lively surfaces, and it was a learning experience for me to play some quality fast bowling and attacking and aggressive cricket. Not so much, to be honest. I practiced with rubber ball here, but I was used to playing with rubber ball, because when I was not playing with season ball with friends, I would go and play with rubber ball, and that continued even after I played for India. With my childhood friends, I would go and play with a rubber ball. So rubber ball obviously bounces quite a bit, and I would use that as my practice sessions. So, and the guys, I would ask them to bowl from 17 yards. So they were fast, and wet the surface and play. And when monsoons and all that, nothing basically stopped us from playing cricket. All 12 months, if there was no season ball cricket, there was constantly rubber ball cricket in wet conditions for me. So I got to adjust to playing on different surfaces in different conditions. So that somewhere, my back foot play, I figured out over there, because being not so tall, I had to get up on my toes and attack if I had to attack. Then rubber ball was ideal practice for me, because the ball would bounce, and if I had to play back foot punch or whatever, then I had to literally jump sometimes and get on top of the ball and hit a back foot punch, cover drive. And Australian tour, I would say, was the beginning of my back foot punches, is what I would say. Before that, I played some back foot punches, but Australian tour onwards, I felt I gained more confidence, got more in better positions to attack. Earlier, I felt it was there, but not as consistent as one would have wanted. But post Australian series, I felt quite confident, and I was consistent, I would say, in hitting those shots. Scoring 100 in Sydney was special, and it has stayed with me, that experience. And every time I walked out to bat in Sydney, it felt different. It felt wonderful. I somehow, as I've always maintained, that Sydney outside of India is my favorite ground, and the numbers backed it up. So it became even more. So there are certain grounds in the world where you walk out in the middle and you feel it's brilliant and I'm going to score runs. I cannot fail here. So Sydney is one of those grounds where I feel key. If I go out, I will score runs. For a 18-year-old, I was charged up. It didn't matter how many matches one lost. I was always pumped up for the next game. But there were much bigger names than me at that time in the team, and guys who were double my age had more responsibility. See, every player has a different role to play, and at that stage, being the youngest member of the squad, there were many other guys who were taking all the decisions and had more responsibility than me. I was only focused on giving my best and charged up. I didn't need anything to motivate me. I was motivated enough, and sometimes overcharged. I had to kind of relax and hold back myself a little bit, because the enthusiasm was such that I wanted to go out every now and then and do something. So, and then Australian tour provided that platform because there were so many matches that we played. We played 5 Test series, then we played a try series against West Indies. Again, a solid bowling attack there. Curtly Ambrose and Marshall and all these guys were there. So, solid bowling attack there. So, for an 18-year-old, it was a real test. In Australian conditions, and you play against the top class teams in the world. If you look at the scoreboard, from the scoreboard also you can make out that the conditions were different. The way cricket was played was without any doubt was different. I remember against West Indies we scored 120 or 130 runs in Perth ODI, and then we tied that game. Now, how many times would that happen? And then, Australia also, we played against Australia and got them out early. In Perth, we batted first, we scored runs, and we got them out early. Some 120 runs again, 120, 130 runs. So, I think the surfaces that we played on were completely different. The surfaces assisted fast bowlers much more, and there were 2 new balls that we played with. So the totals were not. There were no high-scoring ODI matches that time. Bowlers would look to attack the batters up front and have slips and all that. We get to see that not for long in today's cricket, I feel. I've watched because, I would, there was a standard routine. I would come back home after a tour and then sit with my brother and we would watch. We would watch the last game.
Okay.
We would sit together and watch and see what are the areas where I can get better, and what are the areas where I did well, and what was the reason for that. So how could I replicate that? So I would watch.